3, 2, 1. Hey everyone! Welcome to the Men of Doozy podcast.
Now you're probably thinking, why the word doozy? What the hell does that even mean?
Well, the word doozy means something that is extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that, but oh my god, we are so close. The stats are in.
So this is the podcast where we give you all the tools you need to become successful in
And
life.
the best part, Matt, is we are going to learn how to be successful ourselves while we teach you how to be successful yourself.
I love that.
All selves.
I love that. I'm Alex Staub.
I'm Matthew McLachlan.
I'm Andrew Goebel.
Do you guys feel better saying your own names instead of me saying
Absolutely! And we say it correctly.
I do miss the bit where you just decide what our names are.
Yeah, I
That's
think one of the
pretty good.
episodes I just said, I'm here with,
Yeah, you did. You stopped one on my name. You went, I'm here with Andrew.
Go, yeah. And, then
And you didn't say the.
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't have a name.
I think at one point we should say each other's name. Like that
like
is
that.
this. You say this.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
That's teamwork.
What are we learning about today?
Very
what are we learning about
creative.
today,
I
sir?
like that. Today we're going to learn how to road trip.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Let's go.
Road trip.
Let's get comfy.
Wow.
Let's get
Uncomfortable.
cozy.
I'm excited. And today's episode is also sponsored by Botticelli Foods. Use the promo code Doozy, DOOZY at checkout for 10% off. Look, you're on the website anyways, okay? Now add that little promo code in
Add
there,
that
and
promo
you get a little
code.
discount. Everyone loves saving money and getting more sauce in the process.
Getting more sauce
Every time
for
I
your
say
buck.
saving money, it goes hand in hand with getting more sauce.
With getting more sauce.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Sauce
what I'm
equals
saucing.
money.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saucing.
saucing. We're
Yeah.
deep in the sauce. So let me ask you guys, have you ever been on a road trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for us, guys. Have
Okay,
a good
great.
one. See ya.
That's it.
I have.
Yeah.
From
where to where?
A few. The main ones were New York to Florida.
Okay, that is a road trip.
As a road trap. And then one I did a job where I drove a gigantic fucking basically semi-truck with another gentleman and got paid a ton of money to go from St. Louis down to Las Vegas, Las Vegas up to Denver, and Denver down to Dallas. So I basically did a Jesus fish across the country.
Were you moving? Were you moving illegal things? Like what were you doing? What?
Yeah,
what?
I was running for the cartel. For
Okay,
sure,
yeah,
for sure.
okay.
It was basically the biggest truck you can get with a giant bed on the back of that folded out onto a stage, and we were teaching hands-only CPR. And so it was as long as a semi-truck. Wow. But we drove around, we took turns. And so they would fly the talent to the places, but they're like, good luck, assholes. And we had to drive hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Holy shit.
So it was over a month,
Wow.
but it was like but they would pay us for 8 hours. They could only legally let us do 8 hours of driving, but we said, fuck it, we're going to do this from St. Louis to Vegas.
Okay.
And we went, that should take 3 days. We're going to do it in one. And we did. So we had 4 days to hang in Vegas before we had to work.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know, I just
That
want to
was
say
that was the longest.
you guys have done some jobs in your life, and it's
Yes.
built some character, and
It's
I'm
done
so, I'm
something.
so proud
It's-
of where you
it's
guys
done.
are now.
Thank you.
You know,
It's
but
done
we had to
something.
We had to go through
It
that.
has
I'd
absolutely
say
done
Andrew's
something.
brand is just like
Just
Stab me in
sad.
the face.
Yeah, just sad. There's
mine
nothing
is
good.
makes everyone turn their head like a puppy just heard a whistle. Like,
Yeah.
huh? Park ranger?
Yeah, but at least yours are more fun. Mine definitely come with
Yours
like
is like
an
a
out.
self-sabotage.
What are yours?
And
A little bit
yours
of
is
pain.
Just kind of like a, huh?
Yeah. A big.
That
Huh?
wasn't on the list.
Yeah. People are like, that's not a normal job anyone has, sir.
Dude,
That's true.
Mine is strictly just
That's
I've
true.
just been working in the television industry.
That's insane.
That's cool.
I
That's
have,
so good.
I have right out of college. I became a PA, and I have just worked as that ever since. I haven't done any other because honestly, I don't think I could do a normal job.
Okay. Fair.
Likewise.
I
Fair.
I
don't
think that's why mine are weird.
I can't go to the grocery store and be the cashier. I would fuck something up, or I just wouldn't care, and I don't know.
I worked
just
at a grocery
wouldn't-
store in the meat department,
Well,
so
there you go.
Yeah, oh my
You do
God.
what you gotta do. What you gotta do.
So that was my longest.
Yeah.
That was the craziest road trip, and it was a month long.
Wow.
And it involved work, but it was. And also, not fun because you're literally have what feels like a giant building behind you as you're driving. And so
got it.
and at one point I was looking down at like the Sister of Grand Canyon and I couldn't see the railing because I was up so high and I just saw like 300 feet down.
Oh, that is
When you're driving trucks
nerve-wracking,
through the
dude.
mountains like that, that is the
What?
scariest thing ever.
You couldn't get a golf tee in my ass with a sledgehammer. Think about it. Road trip?
Wow, that is an image. Holy shit.
If you can just pop that. Jose,
Oh my God! Please not, Jose. Holy
golf
shit!
tee.
Good Lord. Well,
But
we
now you
we
can
have
put the sledgehammer in with a golf tee.
no. Oh my God. We've got the top 8 tips of how to take a road trip.
Yeah.
So
I've been on road trips. You guys don't ask me anything.
I
dude.
did. I
we
did.
asked, but I assumed you literally answered it by saying,
I-
I don't do interesting things. I thought that was the end of your life. I did not think you
Hello?
had. All right, so what road trips have you been on?
Well, thank you for asking.
God damn it.
I've been to Florida up and down a couple times, and then I
Up
went,
and down the state of Florida, or where are you going?
No,
Where
from
you-
Florida to Massachusetts, New York to
okay.
Florida.
got
You know,
you.
I got to be more specific, right? And
if we're going to let you talk, you have to say the right words.
okay, good.
Yes.
And then there was one time that I went from Texas all the way to California.
Wow.
In a truck as
Okay.
well, and went through the mountains and did the whole thing because I was filming something, and then my brother was in California at the time, and I was like, let me stop and go visit him, but they wouldn't pay for like my trip back there to then go back to New York, so I was like, there was a PA that was going to drive the truck to California to drop the gear off, and I was like, I'll just drive it and then stop and see my bro and then fly out of there. So that's what I did. And it was like a 6-hour drive, which isn't really a road trip.
From Texas?
Texas
Oh,
to
wait. How
California?
far? No, it was more than that.
Yes,
Really?
it
It's
was.
like 26
yes, it was.
hours.
Yes, it was. It was like a 4. It was like a 45-minute commute.
It was a quick
dude.
jaunt.
It was
No,
a quick
no,
jaunt.
Not Texas. Sorry. Arizona. No. Yes, Arizona. Yeah, it was Arizona.
Still not close.
I
bud.
don't know if it's still. Maybe it is 6. I don't know enough about. I don't know enough. I hate maps.
Maybe it was
I
8
hate
hours.
maps
It was
so
I did it
much.
in a day.
So
in a day.
much.
Okay.
It was probably like 10 hours
Goddamn.
or something like that. But it was the majority of it was just flat. It was just flat lands and then it went from flat straight to just like
Too much.
these windy it was crazy.
Like foot pressed fully, and
Yeah.
you're not going
Yeah.
over 40 miles an hour
Yeah.
because you're on this. What
Yeah.
about you?
No, I have no road trips.
You're lying.
No, dead serious. I've never.
You've never been on a road trip?
I have taken long-ish trips. Like I went to like Pittsburgh, but I would never count like Philly to Pittsburgh as a road trip. And it was with my family, but I've never.
Andrew,
I know.
Get out of those shit jobs and get on the road, bud.
I don't have
Here's the
time
deal.
because I'm working at all of the shit jobs.
on a road trip, when you're in the car for longer than normal,
Okay.
you learn more about yourself than you've ever learned in your entire life. If you're with someone else, you learn things about them that you've never even thought to ask them,
okay.
or that they wanted to share with the
Even if
world.
they
or
say
whatever.
nothing, you learn a lot.
Yes.
So we're about to teach you
Yeah.
something.
I'm into this.
So this episode is us,
Us
teaching
teaching
you.
Yes.
Buckle up, bud. We're going on a trip
Okay.
on the road.
Yeah, get in the back
Back
seat.
Yeah, get in the back.
All right, I'm gonna get in the back.
Get in the back seat.
I'm here.
Shall we start this damn thing off?
Yeah, let's do it. Here are the top 8 tips on how to road trip.
Tip number 8. Consider which people you'd like to come with you on the journey. You both are invited.
Very important.
Here we go. It really is because, good God, if you have one stinker, bad.
Hate it.
These people should be in need of some fun and willing to have it. They need to be prepared to rough it at times and be stuck in the car for hours at a time when you just keep on driving. It also helps if each person coming along is able to and is willing to drive for some of the way so that you can share the driving chore with the obvious exception of children. I mean,
Why?
Like, nah, man, fuck them.
Why?
Let the
If there
kid
are
drive.
Get those kids
Everybody
in the
if you
driver's
can't drive,
seat.
you can't be in the car. Everyone needs to participate.
Get out, kid.
okay?
Also, kids on a road trip,
That sounds gross.
Dude, I was on this road trip once,
Okay.
It wasn't even it wasn't a road trip. It was just like within the same state.
It was
but it was like 5 hours.
It was a
something like
it was a
that.
journey.
That's what
It was a journey.
Yeah, I do
right.
not count those.
It was
but okay, there we go.
a mini road trip and an MRT. Okay.
Okay, MRT.
And
martini.
Martini.
we went down. We were going down to Miami,
Okay.
and there was this girl in the car, and I didn't know her, but my friend brought her, and she had such an attitude
Oh no.
the entire way. If you put on a song that everyone else in the car wanted to hear, but she hated that song, she would make a stink about it or make comments about it, and it would ruin the vibe. If you tried to like play a game or something, she would like. It was so bad.
So, yep. Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I piggyback off of this story? Because I do have one very similar.
Go ahead.
I feel like sometimes this becomes therapy for me a little bit, and this is going to be that moment. So in college, just a little bit of setup. I liked someone. We kind of had a little tryst, but they ended up dating someone who looked exactly like me but wasn't me.
You dated someone that looked like you?
No, not me. It was the other person. I didn't. No. So
What's wrong with that?
So
I would date me.
See.
I'd probably give myself a chance, maybe. So this girl chose someone else, but we were still friends and we were in the same major. So we tried to surprise one of our other mutual friends by driving from Philly to upstate New York. And we didn't want to tell her we were coming, but the two of us drove up. We had a cordial time. We reached upstate New York in this small little town. Our friend was in a building without service. So we sat in, I believe it was a Wendy's, for like 2 hours. This person that is now dating someone else, not me.
Okay.
And then we just decided to leave because we weren't able to get in contact with our other friend. And then we drove from New York to Philly in silence. In silence.
Who is this friend that you
Doesn't
drove with?
matter. None of these. No, you don't know any of these people. But
No.
yeah.
I mean, to you, this was like, did they know this person?
Oh yeah. They were another classmate of ours.
And did this
No
person?
music?
No music.
What the fuck is going on here?
It was. I will admit, it was.
That
was psychotic.
the only
And
time you do that is like once you've buried a body.
Yeah, when you've done something that that is, you're going to have
I'm
to
not
answer when
saying
you're
it's
dead.
good. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it happened, and that's just.
Oh God.
Yeah. So really important you get the right people.
Did this
'cause-
person ever find out you were there?
Yes, they then texted us a couple of hours down the road back, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I missed you guys," and I don't think I responded.
I sat in silence for the next 10 hours with
Yeah.
that conversation.
Also, what is it about murdering someone that makes you want to go to a Denny's?
It really works up an appetite, huh?
Oh man,
It's that it's that grand slam, which is what you just did to their head with a sledgehammer.
Hey,
oh my God.
choose who you're going to spend time with carefully. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there awkwardly for hours, and nobody wants that.
No.
All right, number 7, everyone. Get an idea of how long your trip will be and what types of places people may want to visit. The only thing that you need to bear in mind as you amble along on the road trip is the return date. It's not going to be very helpful to be in San Francisco when you need to be in New York City the next day.
Holy shit.
Oh no!
Oh, shit! How far away is it?
You couldn't do that if you had a rocket ship, dude.
No.
I feel like I would end up fucking planning something like that and be like, I gotta be in New
I'll be
York.
there in 2 minutes.
I'll wake up tomorrow early and get to,
Yeah.
to New York.
First of all, no, you won't. Second of all,
I'll get an early start. I'll get there. I'll get
Early.
there.
it's 11. No, I'll get there.
From San Francisco to New York? That's like a week.
It's
like a week.
It's long.
It's
That's a
straight.
week.
It's about 40 hours, I think.
Yeah,
If you didn't stop. If you could switch and get gas in.
That's
Gross.
crazy.
I think it's something like that.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
Some planning is essential to ensure that your road trip gets back to where you came from on time. In addition, if there are particular must-do visits, find out times of opening dates of special events and the accommodation needs.
I can get behind these.
Yeah, if you, it's the worst when you're traveling and you stop at like the Big Ball of Yarn, in like
And the yarn's
And the
closed.
yarn is closed.
Yarn is closed.
The yarn's closed,
Ugh.
dude. That sucks.
I would turn this whole car around.
Yeah.
And the yarn is closed,
God
dude.
damn it! I wanted to see the yarn, and it's closed.
And it's closed.
God damn it! Yeah,
They put the box on top. You can't
they
see it.
did. Because you got to protect the yarn.
Got to protect that yarn.
In the elements, sure.
If you're heading to a festival or similar event,
The Yarn Festival.
the
of
yarn
course.
festival, accommodation may be booked if it's out of if it's popular. So you might need to prepare to sleep in the car or rough it in the Bovax. Woo!
What does that word mean?
Bovax? That's like another word for like a little like camp. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. Google it.
Okay.
Lauren, can you Google that for us? Bovax.
How do you spell that?
Great, she got it.
Bovax?
BIVOUACS.
Yeah. It means like a mini camp or like something like that. Yeah. At least know beforehand.
Actual pastor?
Pastors, no.
We're moving on.
Nah, we cannot stay there.
I'd love to road
Okay,
trip with.
At least know beforehand so that you can be prepared.
Of course.
I'd love to road trip with no time limit. That would be wild.
I think that's called being homeless.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Or a trust fund kid.
Yeah. No, if
But,
you
but
had
then
an
you'd have a
amount-
driver.
No, if you had an
Oh my God! Can you
road
imagine
trip with just a chauffeur?
A road trip with a chauffeur is incredible. Stefan,
Sit in the
please.
back. Yes, sir. Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon,
That'll
please.
be too bad.
New York tonight, please. We're in
We're in
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco.
I need to get to New York tonight. That's
And
impossible.
I swear, Stefan, if you give me 1 ounce of sass,
Father will hear about this.
Again.
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 There better be
Stefan
water in the back.
Stefan drives into a cargo plane, and
In.
then they just get there, and then they land, and then he
In,
pulls
I
out.
thought you were going to say
God
Stefan.
Stefan would drive into the Grand
Into the-
Canyon.
That's what I thought he
Yeah.
was going to say. Because Stefan has
Stefan.
a hard life.
Stefan, what are you doing, Stefan?
Stefan is probably a job I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a job I've already had. Tip number 6.
You were a driver too? Jesus
No.
Christ.
I never was a driver. No.
You were?
Being a personal assistant, it was like, take me there. But okay. Yeah.
I need to
Okay.
be in San Francisco tonight.
Tonight. Tip number 6.
Really?
Set a budget and stick with it. I'm a big money guy, so yes. If you're low on cash, make a pact to stay in cheap hotels and skimp out on dining out. Also pack well so you have towels, blankets, sleeping bags, food supplies, etc. That will help you keep the cost down if you need to rough it or if you drive into town too late for a decent meal. Some suggestions for things to pack are outlined in later steps. Have at least one credit card for emergencies, preferably one per person, as well as small amounts of cash for a cash is best deal, such as cheap accommodations and meals.
I've always.
Where are you going? Just fly there.
Yeah.
I think we are explicitly not flying.
Where are you
I
going?
don't think flights.
Get out of that cargo plane, Stefan.
I don't think flights count as road trips.
No,
they
that's
for
an
sure
air-
don't.
that's an
because
air
you know
trip.
what you're not on? A
The
road.
Air
Until
trips?
you're on the road till you're
Yeah,
in
it's
the
just
air.
called. It's just called a trip.
Air trips?
It's called flying.
The word road is in this episode.
The idea of an air
You're going to
road
burst
trip.
out in a song right there.
Yeah.
One of these
Musical
days,
guy.
maybe I will.
Road Trip, the musical. We could do it.
I'm
we
down.
could do it. That would be a fun musical.
It'd be long.
Euro Trip, the musical.
Yeah.
Based on the movie.
Correct.
Already getting made.
No, you're lying.
I am lying.
Okay, good.
But I'm not. Looking at you,
I don't-
Broadway.
For my brain, every time I think road trip, I never think of packing food. I think, well, we're going to stop at Arby's every 2 fucking hours, or we're going to do something where we find the food.
You want that? You want that sandwich with the meat layers?
I want the
Dude,
meat layers,
No,
dude.
if there was food in the car, I think I would eat all the food within the first hour.
I agree with that.
That is
But
whenever
every
whenever
time
you
I've had
pack
it,
I'd be
sandwiches, you're
so
like,
bored. I'd be like, "Can I just give me the fucking
just give me the
second sandwich
whole
we were supposed to
cooler.
have tomorrow? Just give me the fucking.
give me the
sandwich."
fucking sandwich.
Give me the cheese string.
Give
I'm
me
gonna eat
it.
the whole pack.
Right, I would eat all
take
the
it
fucking
all.
food.
But every time I have done road trip, I've done one of my favorites was in Scotland. It was the whole Isle of Scotland up to the very top, and you could do it in like 10 hours. and went to the Isle of Skye. And we packed all the like our favorite candies and shit. And it was the best thing because we're like, look at all these sites. Oh, shit. And we would just like have candy as we're going. It wasn't like we're tired. We're not waiting. Everything was fun to look at.
You should hide it in a place where you can't really reach it so that when
because if it's here, you're just going to be like.
Right. Because when you do stop, then you can go grab it instead of going to the restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
If you're like this.
Right.
And you're just like, all right, well, here you go.
That would just be drinks.
This is our snacks.
Right.
Our snacks.
Yeah. Those are good snacks. Sponsor us.
We have fun.
We have fun here.
Yeah, set a budget. I mean, most of your money's going to go to gas money. But
They didn't even mention that, but that is part of your budget.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, you're an idiot. All right.
Tip number 5, check the car. Your most important element of a road trip is obviously your car, which needs to be both reliable, fuel efficient, and safe.
Great.
Obviously start with a car in top working order and have it serviced before leaving. Spending most of the road trip stuck in a garage won't be fun, so spare yourself such a nightmarish outcome by having the car checked first. Some things you might need to consider include wheel management, tire changes, fresh oil, fixing a chipped windshield, checking clutch and brakes and general condition of the engine. Once you're satisfied the car's in great shape, you have one big weight off your mind.
This seems like work, and I no longer want to take a road trip. So
You're just giving it a checkup.
Okay.
You're just giving it a checkup.
I do know that
This reminds me of what happened earlier when we picked Andrew up and my car's inspection sticker is expired and I had no gas in the car.
I was
And-
alarmed.
You're like waiting to be shot on sight by the police.
And
Yes.
And we, why? Because I have no gas in the car?
Yeah.
And we had to go through the tunnel on E. And it was,
and we blasted a house version of
I got sunshine on a cloudy day.
yeah, but it was a dubstep version, and it was
Optimism.
it was
Being great.
wild.
No, I was screaming the whole time, rubbing my car, saying, "Come on, baby! If you get me through this, I'll pump you with so much gas, you'll never be gasless again." And I kept
He did
slapping
keep
the
saying
dashboard. And when you're on the road trip, it's who's in the car, and your car is also a part of the road trip. too.
Your car is
I
also
do
in you.
think the car
is an entity.
Is
It's
an
a
entity.
living, breathing thing.
and
It's the magic carpet taking you to where you want to
yeah,
go.
it could be in you.
Yeah.
I would take a magic carpet road trip. Be a little windy.
Again, not a road trip. It's just it's a carpet trip.
It's just a carpet trip.
It's a carpet
I've
trip.
been on those. I can show you the world. Hey, Botticelli's.
I think it is that time. I think we should take a break because
When you are on a road trip, dress up as your favorite Disney characters.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea.
that's a great
Right.
idea.
Or
And I
any
don't. I
character.
know
Because now you're in the middle of fucking Ohio dressed as Aladdin.
Aladdin.
at a
please.
gas station.
You got Aladdin, Jafar,
I would
and the
be-
Beast.
or no, I was
obviously.
gonna say, or
I would be
Gaston or something.
I'll be the genie and paint my entire body blue and get that little hair tassel. Right?
You be Aladdin, I'll be Jasmine
Okay.
with
okay.
a beard.
I think the car is Jasmine.
No, that's the carpet.
Oh, the carpet.
That's the carpet. I'll be the little monkey,
Oh, Abu.
Abu. No, I'll be the genie.
Okay.
Okay.
You just want to be. You just want
You
to.
just want to.
You just want to blue yourself.
I just want to be blue.
I get it.
I'm bald too, so it makes. Sometimes I get typecasted, you know. Big
Of
and-
course.
big and bald.
Jasmine, yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, with it. I already got the top.
You do. Sometimes he comes in with the top on,
And you're like, you got
And
to.
sometimes he doesn't.
and I'm like, road trip.
Let's
Let's
All
go.
right, well, let's take a break, okay? Because we're talking about Disney characters now. Hey, everybody. Are you tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods? Ugh. Yes. I know I am, and that's why it's time to discover the authentic taste of Italy with Botticelli Foods.
They're a family-owned brand that delivers farm-to-table products straight to your dinner table. Experience the rich flavors of their Italian cuisine, which has been passed down from generation to generation.
If you go to BotticelliFoods.com and use the promo code Doozy at checkout, that's Doozy. You can get 10% off all Botticelli food products.
I'm talking every kind of sauce you could think of. Go ahead, think of a sauce.
Olive oil.
They got it. That's not a sauce.
It is a sauce! Don't you dare! My mic is so far away from my mouth, and I have no fear of it picking me up because I know my truth. Another sauce is pesto.
Any kind of sauce you can think of. Go ahead, think of a sauce.
Alfredo.
Alfredo sauce. Go ahead, think of a sauce.
Pesto.
It's not a sauce.
God. Just please go to BotticelliFoods.com, use the promo code Doozy, and help us fire Alex. Please.
I never thought the Botticelli ad would be the trailer for the
That's
episode.
it. This is the trailer, right. And many, many more flavorful products. Okay, olive oils, balsamics, boom.
And remember, Botticelli foods are extraordinary and outstanding, just like the men of Doozy. Say it, you fucking bitch.
Think of a sauce. Olive oil.
Oh, the dirt! Rice!
Olive oil is a sauce. It's a sauce. It's a sauce.
Olive oil as a sauce. Discuss. Okay, what else we
Buy
got?
Botticelli's now. And now we go to the my other favorite segment during the break, checking in with Jose. Jose, have you ever been on a road trip? Where have you gone? Who have you been with? Any bad stories? Any good stories? And how do you think this episode's going so far?
Hey guys, I'm editing the episode now. I did go on a road trip recently to Mexico. That's where I picked up this little one. Look at that stretch. I also drove from Florida to New York. You want to say hi? I also drove from here to Texas or to Las Vegas. I've taken a couple road trips. I enjoy a good road trip. Episode's going great. I'm actually enjoying this episode. I don't know why. What about the episode's different? I don't know. It's probably just that I'm in a good mood right now. All right. Peace.
He also thinks olive oil is sauce.
No, he doesn't. He clearly does not.
I don't think
He's a
anyone
psychopath.
thinks olive oil is a sauce. My God. Let's go into our fact checker off screen. Lauren, is olive oil a sauce?
Olive oil is a condiment.
Oof.
Is a
And
condiment
what- and-
is a condiment a sauce?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And can you enjoy all these things in a Bovac?
I don't know what a Bovac is.
That was your first job.
You
You're
legitimately
fired.
had to Google that.
You're fired.
Jesus.
A Bovac, it was
Did you type?
Bovac shelter
Uh,
is any of a variety of improvised campsite or shelter that is usually of
See?
temporary nature.
See, I said I said a
Okay.
campsite.
Especially by soldiers or people engaged in backpacking. So they're usually
Homeless.
So what you're saying is,
whatever you can use.
Right.
yeah. What you're saying is
So I
a
was
road trip
correct.
is the military.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soldiers are people that are just backpacking and just figuring out their life.
Got it.
That's
okay.
great.
So it's not really like real camping gear. It's
Yeah.
whatever they can
If you can't hear her on the mics, our off-camera fact checker is providing us with what Bovac means. So.
Which it means shelter for the military.
Yeah. And that's enough. So let's get out of here. Let's go.
Let's get back to the
Let's go
episode.
back
You know,
because
let's
this
get
road
back.
trip. I'm bored. All right, we're back. We're back.
I-
Did you buy Botticelli's? Of course you did. Okay.
Bring it on your road trip.
Right. There's nothing.
Bring your
that-
olive oil sauce
Right.
on the road trip.
Spoon Botticelli's on your road trips. There's not that's what it is. And when someone goes and says, bring all the Botticelli sauce that you can on the road trip so that we can eat it, and they show up with just gallons of olive oil, do not let them on that road trip.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be happy with the jams you do, and they're probably going to like never have been on a road trip.
What am I going to do with all the olive oil? What am I going to do with all of the olive oil I've purchased?
I don't know. Put it on your pasta as your sauce.
Yeah.
Fucking serial killer.
Number 4, everybody, pack supplies, just like we're talking about. Some planning for contingencies is important. Food, sleeping items, clothing, water, they're essentials to add to your packing so that you are self-reliant, okay? You can't rely on anybody else out there. It's a wild lands. Be sure to wear and take comfortable clothing as you'll be sitting for long periods of time and you don't want to feel hot or constricted. Yeah, don't wear a tux.
Don't do it.
Well, I mean, you gotta look your best for every new state, though.
You gotta-
Yeah, first impressions matter,
Don't
though.
wear a tux on the road trip and then complain about how
It's hot. My bow tie is too tight.
I'm too constricted.
don't do it, okay?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But also don't like dress so gross either. You know, don't
Ooh,
just you
that
know.
would turn me right
Just
off
a
of a road
snuggie
trip.
with nothing underneath.
Right, just just
just a onesie.
just
no
a onesie.
Yeah, no.
Like
nothing
you still
underneath.
have to probably go out in public at some point.
You gotta
okay?
air it out. You gotta air it out.
Include some sleeping gear. Have at least one sleeping bag, one pillow, and one polar fleece or cotton blanket per person traveling. Add a tarpaulin. Ooh, what's that? Tarpaulin? Or two for all sorts of purposes and some dishcloths, hand towels, or similar. You're home.
We're not living here. Pack your dishwasher.
Yeah. I
Pack a
get
dishwasher.
it. I get it. You tried to deflect me with the olive oil thing, but we're just talking about being homeless.
How to be
right now.
homeless. This is.
What do you think
You
a bouffant
well,
is?
sir,
or whatever the fuck?
I want to make
I've-
it. I want to make
This
it
is
quick.
bring your dish towel.
And I want to make a quick, clear point to everyone listening.
'Cause you'll
that
be
he
doing
didn't-
dishes
he
in the
didn't-
river.
He didn't finish reading. It says, add some dish towels or hand towels or similar for quick makeshift curtains.
For the car windows.
Curtains. Are you living in your
If you
car?
have to sleep in it
we are
overnight.
living in our car because we're homeless.
Also, hand towels will not cover the window.
Depends on how big your hand is. in
Exactly.
the window, I
Have you
guess.
seen my hand?
Yeah. If you look, throw in some activity gear. Okay.
Yeah.
Like a soccer ball to
okay.
kick. Or, I mean, also, if you just put wheels on Andrew's shoe, I think we could.
We could probably
you
hop
could-
in and get
you
going.
Could fit a family of 16 in that thing.
Big family.
I mean, throw in some activity gear, okay? Because you want to be active while you're sitting there in your tux.
In your car. In
like
your tux.
Like a soccer ball to kick at road trips, a frisbee to throw, and a pack of cards for a game or two at the cafe.
Or the Switch.
All right, or the Switch, right? This is no one's doing soccer balls and frisbees.
You gotta get back on the
anymore.
road, baby. What are you
Right.
doing kicking balls
Why,
around?
why are you kicking balls? We got to get to San Francisco and
in,
New
in,
York.
in an hour. we
In an
gotta get
hour
there.
from now, we have to be in San
Stefan,
Francisco.
like,
San
get us
Francisco.
there, dog.
Include paper towels, utensils, dish cleaning gear, storage and garbage bags. You're moving in.
Yes.
And spare toilet paper. All these, just in case you're permanently homeless, items can help save money and get you out of a tight spot.
Also,
I
drive
shit
across country.
myself.
Drive across country in a U-Haul so you can find
Yeah.
a new home. Just in
People
case.
live in U-Hauls. They
What?
do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you may be traveling through the middle of nowhere pretty frequently and will need to pack a few safety things. Bring a gallon. Oh, and a gallon is, I don't know.
Take a guess. Take a guess.
3.7 liters of water and a gallon, 3.7 liters of oil.
Olive oil.
Okay, olive oil. Bring 50 to 100 feet, 15 to 30 meters of rope,
Okay.
duct tape. What do
Are you Indiana Jones? What the fuck is happening?
Now we're committing crimes.
Yeah,
We're
now
committing
it's like
crimes.
and now go take the billionaire's daughter and call
Yeah,
the phone number.
yeah.
Make sure that you have rope and duct tape because you don't know. You don't
You
know.
don't
You don't.
know.
You don't know. A first
don't know
aid
what you don't
kit,
know.
A flashlight, the kind that doesn't use batteries, is nice because you don't have to worry about batteries.
Have you ever had one of those? You
what?
just- you
Duct
just-
tape and rope?
No. The flashlights that don't need batteries, you shake them.
Well, how do you shake them?
You shake them.
What if you had two that you needed to turn on?
Well, I mean, you can't be here, but you got both.
Yeah.
Good.
You want both.
Now
What
we're-
if you needed to hear it and
Right.
like because it's probably at the bottom? What if you needed to hear it and
Right.
then you shook both of them?
It's probably like this.
The last
Well,
thing.
I would. Okay.
The last thing that I want to hear is middle of the day, and Andrew's trying to turn the flashlight on.
Raka.
Meanwhile, the flashlight's up. next to my leg.
doing just fine.
And I'm like, there's no flashlight back there.
He's jerking off.
He's jerking off. Halfway through the trip,
Using
I
olive oil.
I get roped and duct taped because. Okay, look.
Finish this.
Bug spray, jumper cables, a pocket knife, a gun, a compass, explosives, an umbrella, a
trampoline.
blanket,
Blend blankets.
money
Yes.
from each country, 3 different passports,
Yeah.
music
yes.
players, laptops,
Jesus Christ, that's
cell
Jason Bourne.
phones,
Yeah, you are
etc. If you plan on crossing country borders, have your passport
3
and any
passports.
visas needed, as well as checking that your passport has enough time left on
It
it.
feels like the apocalypse. Like,
This
Where are you going?
This road trip.
Where are you going?
This road trip
Rope
now.
and duct tape
Yeah, I don't love what
and
we're
a
talking
and,
about.
and a
so.
and a shake weight.
bring a bat with nails sticking out the
Bring
side.
a bat with nails.
Yeah.
So we're prepping for the zombie apocalypse. I get it. For sure. Tip number 3: take care driving. A road trip is an awesome experience, but don't mar it by driving dangerously or thoughtlessly. Try to drive during the cooler parts of the day, less air conditioning and not so hot for all of you, and use cruise control where possible to enable a steady speed. There are a number of things to be very conscious of when driving a road
I
trip.
never use. I don't use.
I love cruise control
I
so
don't.
very
It
much.
makes me
If
zone
I'm-
out if I don't.
If I'm like I don't know, in my car because I'm so low to the ground, which I hate. I need a new car. My just if I'm like driving and my foot kind of gets like a little achy or whatever, I'll take it off and just like stretch my foot out.
Oh.
And while I'm like still going 90 in a 60.
With kids around.
That is an admission of guilt. Never pass or overtake on blind bends or hills, no matter how confident you start feeling as you keep on driving. Another car or truck coming up the other way has nothing to do with your confidence. Good joke, tip. If you feel as you've done enough driving for the day, heed that feeling. Pushing yourself beyond your limits puts you into the danger zone of drowsiness, poor reaction time, and bad decision making. Any drowsiness should be heated. Find the nearest rest stop, pull over, and take a good 20-minute break. That includes stretching, walking, and perhaps eating and drinking. Don't drink and drive. The most basic rest stop have no facilities and consist solely of paved shoulder of the side of the highway where travelers can rest, look at their maps or nearby scenery, or use mobile phones. When stopping in these areas, any trash resulting from
We'll get there.
Woo! When stopping in these areas,
Pre-packed pee? Is that what you
yes, that's
said?
what I was about to say. When stopping in these areas, any trash resulting from pre-packed food or drinks is generally expected to be carried out. Heed the space needed for large vehicles such as trucks, RVs, buses, etc. when overtaking or passing them, as well as giving them wide berth when they're turning. Remember, if you can't see their mirrors, they cannot see you. Pass by them quickly but safely, and don't cut in too soon when pulling back in. Have one person sleep and one person awake if you happen to be traveling at night. If you're driving through the night and everyone is tired, take shifts that are 1 hour, 45 minutes long. Everyone sleeps in cycles, and these cycles are typically 1.5 hours long. Adding an additional 15 minutes allows you to settle in and get to sleep. It's also best to begin waking the next person up a few minutes before you actually stop.
Can you sleep in a car? Like you
I
guys?
cannot.
Can you sleep?
That's a lie. Yes, I can. That's a lie. I can sleep
There
anywhere.
have been times when I've driven back from Boston to New York, like late, and I've stopped at like a gas station, like one of those big gas stations, and have like been like, all right, I'm gonna take a nap for 30 minutes because I'm falling asleep at the wheel here, and
It's the next day.
it's just I like can't. It's rough. It's tough.
To stay awake, drink caffeine, eat crunchy things like apples, shine lights directly into your eyes.
Recover from the seizure.
Roll down the windows. turn the music up.
Give me that apple.
unless this wakes up the others. Bite your cheek, pinch yourself, or wait a minute. This last tip. No, or change lanes frequently so you just become a dangerous driver. Yo, nothing keeps me awake like panic.
I've never admitted this or said this because it's never been brought up. But this is when I'll say this. This happened more than once. When I've driven places far and it's like late at night and I'm like falling asleep at the wheel and I got like an hour left or something, I'm like, I can't stop. I'm almost there. I got to go. And I'm like literally like going like this or whatever. I will slap myself in the face as hard as possible. I'll be like, come on. Come on. If you do that too, comment.
Let us
say
know.
it.
If
say
you
that I'm
slap
not alone.
yourself.
Okay, that or blinding my eyes, okay?
And then you're just driving like this. You're just
I'm
like,
right? So now you have a concussion, okay?
and you're still falling asleep.
Right.
Which
You
might
are
be
still
dead.
falling
I
asleep.
have
Now I'm punching myself in the face as I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, just punch yourself in the testicles.
Yeah.
I have rolled down the window on the highway because I was doing the same thing, and it was raining, and I was going about 80 miles an hour, 90, and I had to put my hand out for the rain, so it felt like I was being shot in the hand over just so that I could stay awake because I didn't want to like hit myself, but I was like, "Ow!"
Oh, so it was the scene from Snowpiercer. You put your arm right outside.
Yeah. And it came back. It was all white. And it
was all
snapped
white and
off.
snapped
There's
Yeah.
a lot of screaming on a road trip.
There's gotta be screaming.
I feel
I
like
think
a lot
that's
of
in here.
screaming.
I
There's a
didn't
lot of
think
screaming.
there was, but I think
there's
a
gotta
lot.
lot of
be
screaming
there's
on a
gotta be
road trip.
screaming.
For sure.
Tip number 3. No, that's not me.
No,
No, it isn't. Sorry.
it's a lie.
That's a mess up. Here we go.
Tip number 2? What tip did we just do?
Yeah, 2.
3?
Yeah,
just
go
said
ahead.
3?
Tip number 2.
You just did 3?
I just did 3.
Okay, so I'm 2.
Yes, correct.
Here we go. And this is one of my favorite tips. I wanted to say this tip. Enjoy the developing relationships on board of your road trip vehicle.
Yes.
Okay?
Good.
As you travel together, you'll get to know one another more than ever. If you and your fellow road trippers start arguing, falling in love, discovering deep and meaningful things about one another, etc., right?
ETC.
Take the time needed to sort through your feelings and exchange with each other. Look,
Can we just pause really real quick?
Yes.
Can we just pull over? I'd love to discuss.
We got to talk about what we just did.
We got to talk about what we just did, and I'm not talking about the driving. No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about what we did.
yeah.
You know what we did.
You know what we did.
You were there. It was
were
a
there.
we situation.
It was a we. It wasn't just me.
It wasn't me. It was a we.
It was. It wasn't a me. It was a we.
Yeah.
2 hours in, I was trying to activate the flashlight. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Now
you activated. The
I
flashlight.
am the flashlight.
Keep
No,
me shining light in my eyes.
On road trips with people, you either there are sometimes it strengthens a relationship,
Or you drive in silence
or-
for 3
or
hours.
you drive in silence, and sometimes you end up breaking up after a road trip.
Yeah, you
Sometimes-
learn a lot.
Yeah.
sometimes
Travel
you
awakens
yeah.
a lot. Yeah, for
sometimes
sure. For sure.
you, get better friendships. Sometimes you get out of friendships. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's when you're sitting with someone for a long time and you're trapped.
Trapped. Yeah.
And you're trapped.
And you're trapped, and there's duct tape and rope. You know?
Correct me if I'm wrong. This podcast came out of a road trip, no? A conversation?
This podcast came out of a road trip.
You guys were chatting and then I saw it.
Whoa.
Yeah, when we were driving back from New Hampshire, and everyone was like, "You guys should start a podcast or do like a."
Because you guys were riffing with each other.
We were
sweet.
riffing, and on the way back, we were just like, "Why don't we do this or whatever?" And years before that, I wrote a pilot called Men of Doozy that was literally Schitt's Creek, and but I liked the name of it, and we were just talking about it, and I was like, why don't we use that name?
Hell yeah.
Because we were trying to think of it was just a stupid, and it just clicked.
What a
and
bond.
We,
And
we
here we are.
tried it out, and here we are.
From a road
that
trip.
That person didn't make it out of the road trip.
Okay.
That person's on their own road trip now, you know?
The
They're
road
the
trip of
lonely road.
life.
The road trip of life.
Like a drifter that he was born to walk alone.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That he is.
God bless.
I had
Take me home,
I had a great finish it.
country road.
Great. I had a great trip from staying in
and
Maine.
now we're in the car together.
Oh, the flashlight's fine.
I was gonna do it. I was gonna commit. I was gonna end up in a marriage with you.
Beautiful.
I went from early in January, Maine, back to the city, and someone was the best person in the world and took control and was the DJ and posed different categories of songs for everyone to choose and said, okay, cool. What's the best song? What are the songs you have in your head you've been listening to now? And we'll go around. And so doing this whole thing. And then it said, now what are some songs that take you back to college? And we just kept going in that. And there was 3 of us in the car. So we do a couple go-arounds. It would last like an hour every turn.
Yeah, I
So
like that.
It was really solid. And it was like
It's
a
like
love
little
that.
it was like a
theme-
7-hour trip. And
love
it
that.
went
little
by like
theme
that.
there. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's very good.
Someone and a good DJ. That's not on here, but
It's
someone
important.
when
You need a
tunes
good
are
DJ.
the
It's important.
thing,
You need
Yeah,
it.
you need a good DJ.
the worst is when someone plays a thing that they are like, I like this. I'm gonna play it, and people are like, you got to know the vibe of
You do
everyone.
of the trip.
Right.
No, you got to know the vibe of the trip. You got to go. You got to transcend the people. Get above it.
Yeah, you do.
Where's everyone above?
That's true. That's true. Because if you don't even know the song and you're like, this is a banger, I don't even know it. It's a trip.
It's true. That's a
Sometimes
road
you
trip.
learn new music that you like from
Agreed.
someone else. You know?
Oh, absolutely. I think
But
it's
there
one
are
of my
people
best.
that are like, this is the music I'm playing. Do
Yeah.
not change it. I don't want to hear your music. I don't want blah, blah, blah. And then
Strictly
and
Christian
that's like
rock.
the first 30 minutes in, you're like,
Strictly Creed.
oh, God,
Only
get me
Creed.
out of here. This
Yeah.
is definitely a part of the road trip, bonding and learning more about one another. So don't simply ignore anything and let feelings get out of control. Stop and listen to one another.
Yeah.
Look-
Can you take me higher?
It's just 7 hours of like, hold me now. And you're like, we're 4 hours in, and I have not enjoyed the song more. I love it.
It's true.
All right. Tip number
Set.
1.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Keep a record of your road trip. Finally, but not least, keep your memories of the road trip alive for the rest of your life by documenting it in digital and written form. At the very least, take pictures, no matter where you are or what you're doing. If you don't, you'll regret not taking pictures of your experiences. As well, try to keep at least a bare bones daily record of the places you visited and traveled through. If you also have the energy to write down your feelings, do that too. All these memories will bring the trip back to you in years to come. I love this tip. I think this is perfect.
Unless you're doing something illegal, then get rid of all evidence.
Well, anything incriminating,
Yeah.
put it in your hidden folder on your phone. No one can get to that.
You can't get to it.
Also, it's cool to road trip. I mean, look, if you're someone that's posting things on Instagram or just like I feel like I would just take pictures to like throw it and like if someone was cool along the way, I would throw it in like a family group chat or something. And be
Right.
like, here we are. I wouldn't post it on the internet and be like, I sat in the car for 10 hours.
What? Yeah,
I'm a survivor.
I'm in the mindset
Nice.
of
Nice.
I want to live in the moment, and I don't like just with the phone. But then I go back to look at the photos I took, and I didn't take any because I was living in the moment. I go, oh shit. So I think there's a good balance of well, be present, but also document it because like, oh, look at this awesome time when we did this. Pull over to the side, this awesome photos
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
hang out. But if it is just like us in a car, from the car, or inside the car, you only got like 3 shots and then that's
Right.
it. You're done.
If
And
you
they're like, here's
take-
us in Kansas.
Right. If you take photos of you being present, that's a double whammy right there.
Oh, that's good. If you're just like this.
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah.
I'm
That's a
not
good
going to
one.
lie.
Hey, can you take a picture of me being present? That's my foot
Ow.
being present.
I feel like I've seen a lot of videos of you kind of like looking off in the distance.
I always look off into the distance.
Yeah,
You distance
absolutely.
looker.
That's like I'm present. That's
You
like,
should
that's like
act-
I don't
that's
give
like
a fuck about
I'm
the
too-
photo.
Yeah. You should
That's like
actually
you
be more present here
You
instead
captured
of the future.
me being present. That's
yeah,
what that
because
was.
almost every photo I'm like this.
Yeah, you look off.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm really I'm good, dude.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're not present. You're looking towards the future.
What are you saying right now?
I just said what I said.
No, I'm looking at the present.
What present? Are
It's
you looking
right here.
Yeah. If anyone's not present, it's me during this podcast.
Yeah, what was the last tip you just gave?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I want to take a road trip. I'm down with
We
this.
should
Where do you want to go?
Ooh,
Where do you want to go?
I would love to go to Nolans.
What's Nolans?
Literally my answer. New Orleans, baby.
New Orleans, baby. But
You
they
said Nolans.
That's,
Yeah,
that's how they
Nolans.
say it. It's Nolans.
New Orleans. We should go to New Orleans and go how to New Orleans.
How to
Mardi Gras?
How to Mardi Gras?
How to
Absolutely.
Mardi Gras
I already
would be
have a-
crazy.
I already have a plan.
We could set this up on like a balcony right on the fucking thing. That'd be crazy.
And we just toss beads at
Toss
titties.
beads.
During the parade, we do the podcast and throw the beads back. See, that would be the dream.
So I already have a plan, and we fly down and we go to Tampa, and that's where my dad is. And he was like, "Take the car," because he works from home. And we did
Amazing.
the road trip up through Florida.
You need a good car though for the road trip. If you got some Matchbox fucking thing
Nah, dude.
and you're on the roof, that you can't do that.
Nah, man, we're good.
I'll bring the rope.
Bring the olive oil.
I'll bring the olive oil.
Bring the elbow.
I'll bring
That's
the
all you
gallons of olive oil. I think that wraps it up.
That's
with
gonna
a
do it
trip
for
to-
us.
A trip to
need.
Let's go.
I think we're good. I think we're good with that. I enjoyed this. I'm ready to road trip right now. We're going to New Orleans. Let's
Going to New
put
Orleans.
it in the books now.
Put
Let's
it in
do
the books.
Let us
Hey.
know what your favorite road trip was,
Yes.
where you'd like to go, where you think you would like to see us go. Because let's make a whole damn show of Doozy Does the Road. You know what I mean?
Doozy on the road.
Doozy
Thank
does.
you for everyone watching the Men of Doozy podcast.
Yeah, we are on all the social media platforms, on the audio platforms, all of them, every single one.
If there's something that you want to learn about and have us teach you while we also learn about
Yes.
it, let us know, okay?
We'll see you in the next episode.
Buy Botticelli's olive oil sauce.
That's it. He's the olive oil guy now.
He's
I
the
love it.
oil guy.
I'm the oil guy.
That's it. We'll see you on the road, baby. We'll see you on the road.